Today we're going to be talking about rabbits. This video comes by request from one of our TikTok followers who asked us to run over some information on rabbit breeding, how much meat that they can produce, and kind of some background information on that. The video that this question was brought to us from was based on a food shortage video that we posted, which has about 500,000 views already. So thank you to everyone who's helped us out on TikTok and to our, I believe, 3,000 followers that we have there now as well. Now, keeping on track, rabbits, they are small. Excuse me for the notes, but I'm trying to keep myself on track here. They do seem small, however, they do reproduce quite a bit. A rabbit can produce anywhere between 125 to 250 pounds of meat per year. That all depends on a number of factors. The type of rabbits that you do have, your breeding frequency, and as well as how many babies you have in a litter. Our rabbits range anywhere between 6 and 10 per litter. The last 2 litters that we got the past couple months were 8 and 8. So we had a total of 16. We're down with 2 now because they have been processed. Now, breeding the rabbits is very simple. I'll show you that in a second, a raw footage, because we actually have to breed the other one that we have in the rabbit tractor right now, because the one we have here now is pregnant. So what we have is 2 females, and both of them are giant Flemish crosses. Each one is crossed with a different rabbit that we're not sure about what they are, but they're a big breed of rabbit. Now, our male rabbit, he is a standard Rex. So those are the rabbits we use. They seem to do very well in our northern climates. So now we are in northern Canada, and our winters get down to minus 40, minus 50 degrees Celsius. And they do fend very well in the winter, and I would highly recommend them. This rabbit is a little bit pissy right now because we took out her flooring here because she's been urinating quite a bit, and we just didn't need to deal with that nonsense. Now, a couple other rabbits that you might want to look at getting is New Zealand's, which also range between 10 and 12 pounds. Californian rabbits, which also range between 10 and 12 pounds. And Bavarian rabbits, which range between 9 and 12 pounds. Now, the shelters that you have, or that you can have for rabbits, vary. Everyone has different shelters. This one is obviously in a log shelter. It's got log flooring, and then we also do place plywood on the bottom of there just to give her a little bit better traction as well. And what I'll do actually right now is grab this, and we have the male rabbit on the back side here, which you can see, and his shelter is pretty simple. Just some 2x4, some plywood, and then some meshing here, and his base is also meshing. Now, the other rabbit, our second female, she is in a rabbit tractor currently, and basically that is a inverted box. We drag it around on the ground, and then they can free range organically everywhere on the property without actually escaping. Now, in the winter, when they are not outside in the rabbit tractor, we have them inside the chicken coop. We've made a little spot for them where they can be separate from the chickens, and we keep them in there so that we can keep the water thawed in the winter, as well as keep them a little warmer with heat lamps. Now, feeding. Rabbits can feed on a number of things. Actually, I cut down a birch tree down today, and Kimberly was out here, and we actually gave the rabbit some leaves from the birch tree. So rabbits are very efficient animals. You can give them anything out of your kitchen scraps, basically. You can give them pellets, which we also do in the winter, and she'll get pellets when we can't grab anything off the property. However, now everything's coming up, so there's a lot of weeds that we can pick up, a lot of dandelions, you name it, and these rabbits will eat it. And like I said, in the rabbit tractor, we just drag that around and they just clean all the grass up and keep it actually really trim, so that way I don't have to do any lawn maintenance. Water, the water is pretty self-explanatory. Just like any other animal, you can either get bottle feeders that you strap on the outside of the cage, and there's a little nozzle that goes in there, but what we like to use is just a rubber container that we just put water in, and they seem to do very well. I highly recommend these containers. They're complete rubber, very strong rubber, and they won't break in the winter, which we really enjoy. So when the water does freeze in there in the winter, you can just throw it on the ground, kick it, the ice comes out, and then you're good to go again. Cleaning, there's not much for cleaning on the rabbits. They do poop quite a bit, especially the larger breeds, and especially when they're pregnant. So a daily cleaning would be good to do, and what they do usually do is they go to the bathroom where they eat. Yeah, I know it sounds a little disgusting, but that's just how the rabbits are. So that's another reason we pulled the plywood out, is so that when she does go to the bathroom, it just drains right through to the ground, and then just fertilizes the ground as well. And then once a week or twice a week, depending on how bad it gets in here, we will take her plywood and hose it down just to kind of clean it out, and then leave it out in the sun to dry off. So I think that's as far as we can do on the rabbits now. I'll show you a quick little process on how the breeding process goes. It's really quite simple, and I'm just gonna head over, grab the other rabbit, and we'll be right back. All right, so here's our one rabbit that we have here that we're gonna breed. I got her back legs here because she likes to scratch a little bit. So typically the going trend is that you have to, or typically put the female in with the male, that way that they're not as dominant if you're to take the male into the female. So before I lose her here, I'm gonna put her in there and I'll show you the quick process. All right, so I don't know if you caught that right there. Right? Once I put her in there, he basically jumped on her, did his thing, and that was it. And then he'll keep on trying again. Basically what you're gonna look for is the male rabbit to do is what is called falling off. He'll go and basically he'll seize up to the point that he literally falls off the female, and that is pretty much a successful mating. What we like to do typically is leave the female in here with the male for 12 hours to, you know, let him have his way, basically. And that way we know it's good. We've never had any problems leaving the female in there for 12, 24 hours. Sometimes they do fight. Now that he's in there with her and she's found out what's up and what he's trying to do, she is trying to hide from him, but in the long run he'll get his way and it'll go from there. Now for the final little bit of information is the butchering part of the rabbits. There's a number of ways that you can butcher a rabbit. You can either knock it out just simply by whacking it in the back of the head. You can take a 22 or some sort of pistol and do it in that way and then slit its throat. You can also make contraptions. One is where I saw you take a rebar, you bend it into a V shape, and you mount it onto a wall, and then you slide the head through the V, and then you snap the neck that way, and then you slit its throat. Once you snap the neck, the rabbit is not mobile anymore, and then once you slit its throat, it's pretty much done instantly. And it's one of the easiest ways to do it. And then there's the whole skinning part that you're gonna have to learn as well. Hopefully this video gave you some information as to if you want to do rabbits, what type of rabbits you want to do, how many rabbits you'd like to do, and if it will sustain your meat demand. We got Tank right here looking for his rabbit dinner tonight, which he actually might get one of those 2 babies there, but I'll have to decide or talk to Kimberly on that one. Again, thanks for joining us. If you have not followed us on TikTok, please do so. Follow us on Instagram as well, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks again.